Oh, he sells sexy pieces to slots. When you meet guys, the first thing that comes to their mind is sell lingerie. Oh wow! Uh, things are going in their head. She sells lingerie. I remember when I was selling adult toys years ago and I had to drop it. Why? Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, your YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be talking about something really very interesting. When I mean interesting, it is interesting. It's something that has been in my mind for a while, but I felt like should I talk about it or I should not talk about it? But I think we should talk about some certain things, because some people do some things without thinking. They don't see it as, oh, it's an issue, so what is the talk about? But when you get to listen to people talk about it in detail, you get to see why it is an issue. So if you are watching this and you're not yet subscribed to Laura's Lingerie line, please do. It's not just my channel, it is our channel. From the one I've been saying, it is our channel. Today we're going to be talking about the popular misconceptions about lingerie vendors. There are lots of misconceptions when they ask you, what are you doing? And they say, lingerie, I sell lingerie. If it's a guy I'm meeting for the first time, first thing is like, if it's an elderly person, what do you do for a living? I sell. Sometimes I don't even get to say it because I'm like, okay, can this person have the ability to understand that this is it, this is not what it is? But then again, I can't think for people, so I say it with my full chest. I'm a lingerie vendor full time. What's the first misconception? They feel like the first misconception is the targeted audience. People feel like lingerie vendor, you are selling to prostitutes, you're selling to sluts, you're selling to strippers, and you're selling to only people in a relationship. And that is so out of it. First of all, people tend to forget that lingerie is a word that compares of everything on the garment. Bras, your waist trainers, your girdle, your corsets, your lingerie, like everything, your sexy pieces, your teddy, your bodysuit, your panties, your bralettes, everything on the garment, it is lingerie. And if you even look to the 1890s and the rest, you realize that lingerie is a word that both female and male used to wear. In the olden days, the male used to wear girdles, corsets. They used to wear underskirts and all of that. They call those things lingerie. But now, when you tell someone I sell lingerie, the first thing they think of is, oh, he sells sexy pieces to sluts, to people that are in a relationship. But that's not it. I sell lingerie, I sell bras, I sell panties, I sell everything undergarment, everything on this. And it's not just limited to people in a relationship or people who are selling their body or whatever. It is for everyone. Lingerie is not just a piece that only married or people in the relationship should buy. Lingerie is something that we should all wear. I always tell people to buy lingerie even if they are not in a relationship, because they should not wait for that man to be able to tell them, oh, you are sexy, oh, you are beautiful. You should be able to tell yourself. If you know you don't love your body, the first step I tell you is work from your mind. Second step, buy lingerie. Look at the mirror every day. Wear that thing that makes you feel so confident, so beautiful. That's what I advise. Second is the thought. They have this stereotype on lingerie vendors. There's this stereotype that all lingerie vendors are, they are provocative. They are like anything they put out there is for seduction. If they are not selling to people, they are selling their body, which I feel like it's not the case. Which I feel it's not the case. I know that there are a few, but I think those people are open about it. Those people that have OnlyFans accounts and all of that, and I feel like they are open about it. They let you know and tell you that, okay, this is it, this is it. But not all lingerie vendors. People see my content sometimes and they're like, oh, can I have your number? Oh, can we meet up? Like the mail, even I get approached by females. Like people say, oh, they are not. Yeah, I'm here to sell lingerie, not to sell my body. And I feel like the way you present yourself is how people will see you. That's what I usually say. But I feel like there's a little bit of untruthfulness in that. Because despite you present yourself to be a certain way, you try to tell people, okay, I'm selling this. Some people will still come and still do rubbish. Like when a girl enters my DM and says some funny things, I am no longer surprised because I am now used to such things happening. But the truth is, I am here to sell lingerie. I'm here to tell you that you're wearing the wrong bra side. I'm here to tell you that, oh, this is the particular bra you wear. Oh, here to tell you that, oh, it's your wedding night. Okay, you rather go for this piece than to go for that piece. That is what I'm here for. Nothing else. But people have this misconception that, oh, she's a lingerie vendor, so I can have a free pass. Nah, not over here. Another misconception that people have about lingerie vendor is the professionalism. That profession at all, they feel like it should not be something that someone should do. You understand? It's not something that someone should do full time. It's not worth being a job. But this is what I have to say about that topic. Before I say what I'm about to say, when I quit my job, I got questions. Someone entered my DM and said, and why? Another person entered my DM, do you think it's worth it? You quit an oil company job for a lingerie? Yes. Yeah. Maybe their questions were justified a bit, but this is what I have to say. Undermining people's craft is kind of not good. How do I say this? Okay, don't have a better way to say it, but let me give an example. Growing up in the 90s, not in the 90s, 2000s. I was born in the 90s, but growing up in the 2000s. And the people who went ahead to learn hairdressing were people or persons that failed school or failed WAEC and JAMB, and there was nothing to do with people. They were the ones that did not have brain for book. They were the ones that went to learn hairdressing. Then we used to call Rihanna cap. Now it's called pixie cut. Some do it with their natural hair, while some do it with wigs. Now, if you want to do a pixie cut today, you have to hold nothing less than 150,000. If you're using human hair, you know what it means. So back then, these certain people then were perceived as the ones who could not go to school because they were not intelligent or something. But today, you see people who have attained a kind of position at a bank after working at a bank, going to say, okay, you know what, let me go and learn this particular skill. Okay, you know what, I can do this. And you see them starting afresh as what? That same thing that we all thought, oh, they were failures. Oh, then the people that were working as fashion designers that were called merely tailors, today, what are they called? Stylist now is now a thing. Back then, was it a thing? Anybody that could say, oh, I want to be a stylist. Oh, hairstylist, no. Fashion, which kind of stylist? Oh, I would, someone getting married, someone going out, I'm going to get something for them to wear, tell them, and the parents will be like, are you sure? So I feel like we should not undermine people's skills, profession, or anything. Once I tell someone that, oh, I sell lingerie, I can even, like, sometimes even when I meet a guy and they're like, I'm coming to that should be my last point. But I meet someone or a woman or something, what do you do for a living? And I say, I sell lingerie. And a lot of thoughts come at once, except that person is really exposed and all of that. I know this whole thing can be in Nigerian or African situation because I've never been out of Nigeria to understand, okay, is it everywhere? I remember following this lady. She died last year. She died last year from cancer. I remember I was on a trip by this time last year, March. I was coming March 13th. I think that's when I heard of her death. This lady was the founder, not founder, her father was the founder, but she inherited the business, and Summers is still going on well. And Summers is one of the best lingerie company I have followed in years. I have seen their work and all of that. This lady, she's married with children. I think she had 2 kids or 1 kid. I don't know if it was adopted, but that's not what I'm trying to say. This lady was one person I knew carried her business up there. She was one of the first people to advertise sex toys publicly, like publicly everywhere on the road, billboards, everything. She had, why? She was like, oh, women should take over the power of giving themselves that sexual excitement and that sexual power, not a man. And summer sex toy is one of the best in the UK right now. If I am not wrong, I am open to be corrected, but one of the best, almost patronized, is Ann Summers. I remember when I was selling adult toys years ago and I had to drop it. Why? Because of, oh, at that point I was not able to take the criticism, I was not able to put it on my shoulder, and then I was one person to always speak about spirituality, faith, and the rest. So it was like I was two-sided. I didn't have the power to stand on that juncture and say, okay, this and that. But nobody could understand that. What if the person she's targeting for those things were, okay, by faith, the married person? But I don't want to really talk about the spiritual aspect on here because this is a lingerie business. But then again, I'm just trying to say that there is this way people look at your profession. Also, when you tell them that your full-time job is actually selling these things, it's actually like selling bras, selling pants, and all of that. Well, I hope, like with all these things, that people are able to see and take a step back. Lastly, lingerie vendors. When you meet guys, the first thing that comes to their mind is sell lingerie. Oh wow! Things are going in their head. She sells lingerie. Not just guys, even women. I see people come up to me, Laura, I can't do this. I'm like, what makes you feel like I now do it? What makes you feel I have an idea of how the reverse cowgirl and all of that will work? What makes you feel? But I feel like a lot of people have this misconception that we're sexually knowledgeable and adventurous and open-minded, that we can do all those things just because we sell those things. I have an idea, does not mean. But yeah, that one is one of the most funny misconceptions left to me, because there's this expectation people in relationships or people who have relationship in mind with you have, that okay, she's going to be a tiger, she's wild, she's big. It's part of the stereotype that we're talking about. It's just part of the stereotype, because if you meet someone as a man or as a woman, if you ever think about those kind of things, I feel like there is this question mark: is this person such person? But just because I am a lingerie vendor, I have to be that person. So yeah, these are the few misconceptions that people have about lingerie vendors, and for me, I would say it's not really a good thing, and it's something that we've come to normalize, which I feel it should not be normalized. Don't look down at people's professions. 1, 2, remove the stereotype. 3, know your facts. Lingerie is not just sexy pieces. Lingerie is not just for seduction. Lingerie, there are different types of lingerie, and there are different uses. And not everybody buy lingerie for a man. We buy lingerie to feel good. We buy lingerie to feel sexy, and I feel you should accept it. Okay, accept it. Accept the fact that the boxer you are wearing is lingerie. Accept the fact that the bra you're wearing is lingerie. Accept the fact that the waist trainer is part of a lingerie. So yeah, with all this, I hope you've learned something really, really, really educating today. And yes, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't leave without subscribing. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Please drop a beautiful comment and tell me videos you'd like to see. Would you like to see more of these sit down videos? Let me know. Also, tell me some misconception you think you had about me, and I would answer to you. Thank you for watching. I love you, and see you in my next video. Days, but it feel like months. We gone for a year, only know like once.